So today I am going to be doing my March book haul. I got 21 books. One of them I have already read, and one was actually a physical ARC, which is insane. I can't believe that Dutton Books actually asked me if I wanted a physical ARC, and I will get to that one first. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Okay, so the first book that I'm going to talk about is the physical ARC that Dutton sent me, and thank you so much. Again, I can't wait to read it. Hopefully I'll read it this weekend. And that is The Killer in Me by Olivia Kiernan. This is the second book in the Frankie Sheehan series. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. But this is the second book in that series. It comes out on April 2nd. I am so excited to read both books over the weekend. These sound fantastic. They're kind of like crime thrillers. This one is about a teenager named Sean Hennessy who he is convicted for the murder of his parents and attempting to murder his sister. He has always maintained his innocence, but after a few years in jail, he is out to prove it. Unfortunately, there are two bodies that are found that coincide with his freedom, and this kind of sucks Frankie down into the depths of this case, whether she wants to be or not. I can't wait to read this. Also, look at how gorgeous this cover is, like, hello. And then the book that I actually read already is Unhinged by Callie Reed. This follows one of the other patients that are in Fairfax right after Unravel by Callie Reed. And this one I liked a whole lot better than the first one. I gave this one 5 stars. It was actually really amazing. Just the character arc is so much more believable and sad, and the ending actually kind of ended up in a way that I was not expecting at all, but I kind of loved it, even though it is a little tropey, but I'm not gonna spoil it, but fantastic. The next book that I have is Vengeance Road by Erin Bowman, and this is about a girl, Kate Thompson, that her father is murdered because of a journal that he kept that had the location of a secret gold mine. Disguises herself as a boy to seek answers and to get some justice. This kind of sounds like a thrilling Western, and I've never actually read a Western. I'm really excited to get into this one. Also, the cover art, again, absolutely stunning. Even if I don't like this book, I'll probably keep it because this cover art is amazing. This next one is actually by an author that I have been considering reading some of his books recently, but I'm a little scared to, so I picked up one of his shorter novels, and that is Brandon Sanderson, and this is Steelheart. This is about a boy named David that he is trying to seek revenge. I think everybody's trying to get revenge because he lost somebody killed his father, somebody destroyed their city. Everything that he ever loved was taken from him, but he kind of has to join a ragtag group of like rebels to try and defeat Steelheart. And that's all I know. I really do want to read some of Brandon Sanderson's like bigger books, like the Mistborn trilogy and Way of Kings, I think is one of them. Anyway, but I'm kind of nervous about those, so I wanted to start out small. Okay, so this one is Lies by T.M. Logan, and I don't really know a lot about this one. I heard a couple people talk about it back when it came out, I think in 2017, and this is pretty much about a husband that he sees his wife out somewhere where she's not supposed to be, and he can tell she's covering up something but doesn't really know what, and I guess it kind of ends up that he finds out that like some of the things he thinks he knows about his wife are actually false. So I'm really excited to get to this one. It seems really interesting and a good domestic thriller. This next one I picked up on a whim, and it's by Lisa Lutz, and it's the Spellman Files. I believe my grandmother told me about this book, and I literally know absolutely nothing. The cover looks ridiculous. I believe this is a pretty old book, but it was $2 at McKay's, and I remember Nana telling me about it, but honestly I don't remember what it's about. This next one is The Cheerleaders by Karen Thomas. I believe Books and Lola talk about this, and she didn't really seem too jazzed about it, but I kind of want to give it a shot. It's about these murders that happened around these like cheerleaders at their school. 2 were hit by a car, and then all of a sudden like all these murders started happening, like killing off the cheerleaders. 5 years later, the school wants to remember the cheerleaders as they were, but the younger sister of one of them just kind of wants to forget. Until her world just kind of starts unraveling. So I'm really interested in this. I believe it is YA, I'm not sure. I don't know, I've seen this book around and I kind of want to just see what my opinion of it is. So then we've got The Chalk Man by CJ Tudor, and I've heard this name a lot, but I don't really remember why. And this, or like the synopsis was pretty much, were you more concerned when we started drawing the Chalk Men, or were you more concerned when they started showing up by themselves? So I get the feeling that it's about like a killer that goes by the name The Chalk Man, but that's literally all I know. I picked it up because of the spine. The spine looks really cool. I love all the little like chalk men. It looks really sinister and whatever. And I just kind of wanted to give it a go. This is another one that I'm not quite sure I know really anything about it, but this is The Thousandth Floor by Katherine McGee. I believe I've actually hauled this before and gotten rid of it, but it was on Book Outlet. I decided to grab it. I'm pretty sure this is just about Manhattan in the future and a whole bunch of people who claim to be who they're not actually, or they have like secrets and whatever. So it's basically a YA thriller again, but I get the feeling it's a little bit less on the thrillery side and a little bit more on like the drama, like, I don't know. I don't really remember a whole lot about the synopsis of this book, but it sounds glitzy and glammy, so I'm all about it. This one is Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren. I literally just picked this up because it's a Christina Lauren book. I plan on reading all of their books at some point, or like all of their standalone books, not the series. At some point, maybe I might do that like over the course of 1 month if I don't have a lot of arcs that I have to get to, but they're all just cute little rom-com, like just easy books to get through. The next one is Antisocial by Jillian Blake. And this is about a girl named Alexandria that it's right before her senior year, and I believe something like gets leaked online about her, but it's not true. So it takes like the entire school to pretty much prove that it's not her, I think. This cover is honestly really pretty. I'm just gonna talk about the cover art on all of these because they're stunning. I definitely judge books by their covers, so sorry about that. The next one, I don't even need to explain why I got this. You'll see the author's name and go, yep. It's Courtney Summers, and this is Some Girls Are. I don't know anything about this, but it's a Courtney Summers, so fairly certain I'm gonna like it. This next one is Blood Sisters by Jane Corey. I do have another Jane Corey book, and it's My Husband's Wife, which is right here. This one is about a pair, or like a trio of sisters that they go off to school and one of them dies. The other two, I believe, are Kitty and Allison. Kitty can't talk and she doesn't remember the incident that made her not be able to talk. And then Allison is an art teacher who's struggling with a lot of mental issues, but there is somebody who is watching both of them and they want revenge. So this sounds all sorts of messed up. I do believe it's probably going to end up being like a domestic psychological thriller, and of course I'm all about that. So these next three I'm going to kind of fly through because they're like inspirational self-help books, and I don't think all of you want to listen to me talk about them. If you do, please tell me down in the comments below. I'd love to know if I need to like go back and review these for you all, or if I need to tell you what I think, or if I can just kind of gloss over them every month. But I got Everybody Always by Bob Goff, Welcome to Adulting by Jonathan J.P. Pokluda, and Wealth, How to Learn to Build a Life, Not a Resume by Jason Wachab. And then these next five are all by the same author, so I'm gonna kind of go through these pretty quickly as well because I don't know a lot about all of them, but I do want to include them in this haul. First one is Skeleton Crew by Stephen King. This is a bunch of short stories. I believe this is the one that my mother-in-law told me like absolutely I need to read, so glad I found it. And then Blaze by Stephen King, but this was when he was writing as Richard Bachman. Dolores Claiborne by Stephen King, and I'm pretty sure this is the one that Josh from Beards and Books was talking about and saying that it was like really, really good. So Josh, if you're watching, please tell me down in the comments if this is the one you were talking about. Bag of Bones by Stephen King, and this monster of a book, it's The Tommyknockers by Stephen King. This one, I believe, is the one that my cousin got like halfway through, and I don't think she ever finished it, but like kudos to Ashley for almost reading 975 pages. Yeah, that's my 21 books that I collected over the month. That's a lot. Thank you again to Dutton for sending The Killer in Me over my way. I'm really excited to get to it. Hopefully I will this weekend because April 2nd is kind of coming pretty quickly. Anyway, if you all hauled any books this month, please tell me down in the comments below. I would love to chat with you all. If you've read any of these books, if you have books that you would recommend to me, tell me all that down below. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye!